Hey guys, so in this video we'll be doing dividing fractions. Now dividing fractions we learned in class is really just sneaky multiplication. And the trick that we use for dividing fractions is to think KCF or keep, change, flip. And I joke that we're not talking about KFC fried chicken, so it's not KFC, it is KCF. But sometimes it's easier just to think keep, change, flip. All right, so let's get started. All right, here's our first problem. So it's a division problem, but really, if you can multiply fractions, you can divide fractions. So I'm going to go ahead and write my keep, change, flip right here. And what does that mean? Keep. That means we're keeping it exactly the same. Nothing is changing with this 3/4. I'm just going to rewrite it. 3/4, keeping it. Change. We are changing the division sign to a multiplication sign. We're actually going to multiply to solve this problem. And then we are going to flip, or we're going to find the reciprocal of 1/2, which is really just a fancy word to say flip. So we're going to flip this fraction. So instead of 1 on top, 2 on the bottom, we're going to have 2 on top and 1 on the bottom. Okay, and now we know how to solve this problem. This is just a regular fraction multiplication problem. So 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 1 is 4. We can simplify this. We can divide by 2, so we know that this is also equal to 3/2, but it is also improper, so we can rewrite this as 1 and 1/2. These are all equivalent. These are all the same value, same answer, but on an assessment or a question, you'll most likely see this answer in its most simplest form or written as a mixed number. Okay, so maybe one of these two. Something like this, maybe, or this one. Okay, so keep, change, and flip. And this is the answer to our division problem. Okay, so again, we're using multiplication to solve fraction division problems. Next problem, we have a whole number. Don't let this scare you. We've talked about this a few times. All whole numbers can be put over the number 1. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. 5/1. We know this is okay because that fraction bar means division, and 5 divided by 1 is still 5. So 5/1. We are going to keep this exactly the same. So I'm just going to rewrite this, 5/1. We're going to change this division sign to multiplication, and then we are going to flip this fraction. So instead of 2/3, it is 3/2. And now we know how to solve fraction multiplication just by multiplying straight across. 5 times 3 is 15. 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, we can't simplify this, but it is an improper fraction, so I can write this as a mixed number. How many times can 2 go into 15? 7 whole times. So 7 times 2 is 14, but we need 15, so we need 1 more. Our denominator stays the same. Okay, so if that part's tricky for you, then consider watching my improper to mixed number video, mixed number to improper, to work on that skill. But this is most likely the answer that you will see, this answer choice. Okay, all right. What else? What happens if we have a mixed number to start with? Similar to multiplying fractions, if you ever see a mixed number anywhere, it can be the first number, it can be the second number, it can be both numbers. Your very first step you want to do is go ahead and change this to an improper fraction before you do your keep, change, flip, even before you multiply across. Okay, so if you ever see a mixed number, go ahead and do the around the world to change it. So 2 times 2 is 4. Plus this one, 5/2. And I'm just going to rewrite this problem first before I even do my keep, change, flip. Okay, so this is 5/2 divided by 1/3. And why I'm going to do that is because if you have a mixed number as your second number, a lot of you guys want to just leave it and you forget to flip it. So I'm just going to rewrite my problem with no mixed numbers, and then I'm going to do my keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. 5/2, change to multiplication, flip this around. So now it is 3/1. Now I'm going to multiply across. 5 times 3 is 15. 2 times 1 is 2. This happens to be the same one. I did not plan that. How many times can 2 go into 15? 7 whole times. That gives us 14. 15/2. Okay, so again, I do that. I rewrote it again because a lot of you guys, if this mixed number were over here, a lot of you guys would just rewrite it and forget to flip it. So rewrite your whole problem using the around the world once you've done the around the world, and then keep, change, flip, just to ensure that you don't skip any steps. Conveniently, like right here. Okay, so we have a whole number and we have a mixed number. So whole number, I know it's over 1, so I'm just going to go ahead and write it over 1. This mixed number, I'm going to do the around the world. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 2 is 5, so it's going to be 5 over 3. So I'm just going to rewrite this problem. 8 over 1 divided by 5 over 3. I didn't do my keep, change, flip yet. I only did my around the world. I just changed this mixed number to an improper fraction. I still need to flip it. Okay, so now let's do our keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. So we're going to keep our 8 over 1. We're going to change it to multiplication, and then we're going to flip this. So instead of 5 over 3, it's 3 over 5. Now we can multiply across. 8 times 3 is 24. 1 times 5 is 5. We can't simplify this, but it is an improper fraction, so let's go ahead and rewrite this as a mixed number. How many times can 5 go into 24? 4 whole times. That gives us 20, but we need 24, so we have 4 more. Our denominator stays the same. Okay, so 24 over 5, that's equivalent to 4 and 4/5. It's the same value, but you're most likely going to see this answer choice. So try to simplify your answers as much as you can. If it's an improper fraction, change it to a mixed number. All right? So division, you're going to do keep, change, flip. If you see any improper fractions, if you see any mixed numbers, change them to an improper fraction. So if there's anywhere that you can do that around the world, go ahead and do the around the world. It doesn't matter if it's the first one, the second one, if it's both of them, do your around the world, and then keep, change to multiplication, flip your second fraction, and then just multiply across.